Good morning, everybody. So I usually don't like to follow news stories just for the simple fact that, especially when it comes to killings and abuse, sexual trauma, it can really weigh heavy on me. So not that it doesn't impact me or affect me, it's just that I've chosen not to do that. But of course, with these police shootings, with George Floyd and the others that have been killed because of police brutality, it's really weighed me down, and it's really, hit me personally. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But for me, I just feel like we need to stop judging somebody from their outer appearance, whether it be their race, their ethnic background, their, what they wear, or how they talk. I think that it's just so easy because we see those things, like, oh, I don't want to, talk to this person because they're purple, or, oh, I don't want to talk to this person because they, live in this area or whatever. And that's unfair because you know what? God created us all equal. We are all the same. If we draw blood and we put it side by side, it's going to be the same. You're not going to know that this person's purple and this person's green. All you see is blood, So, if we open up a human, inside, you're not going to tell if that came from a green person or an orange person. All you know is that it's somebody's liver, or whatever. So I really feel like we need to really just see each other for who we are. We are God's creation, and we are human beings. We need to start treating each other as we're brothers and sisters. God created us all, the same. So, we have different, features or whatever, but what I'm saying is that if you examine our heart, it's exactly the same. We're all sinners. We all struggle. We all, have triumphs. We're all equal, and we need to start treating people like that. We need to start taking the time to really get to know people, understand that, they grew up on a mountaintop, or, on a pig farm or whatever. Like, we really need to just stop and listen. And I think that it's so easy with, the way social media is. They claim that social media is connecting us, but honestly, when you're in a room with somebody else, it's disconnecting you because they're on their phone trying to see who likes them or dislikes their, post or whatever. And you're really forgetting to connect with the people beside you, and I really think that we need to get back to the basics. And I think, the whole thing with COVID has kind of helped that, in the sense of, being able to have family time, playing games together. And sorry, I was just thinking that I play games with my grandson, and he's a cheater at Candyland, but that's for another video. But anyways, we really need to just start really getting to know people, and I think that it's so easy to judge somebody or justify, like, oh, well, that, purple person cut me off, and, I don't like no purple people or whatever. And, you shouldn't judge somebody or put them in a stereotype just because of the color of their skin, A story that I don't even know that I've shared on my blog, but when I was 17 years old, I was kind of into the alternative punk rock. I had my hair shaved on the sides. It stood straight up. It was blue, and then I had a little cross on my eye. And I tell you that because of the story. So I had just left school, and I had to take the city bus home. So I was standing at the city bus stop, minding my own business, holding my books, and this car pulls up, and 4 teenagers get out of the car, and they come up to me. I haven't said anything to them. I haven't even looked at them. They look me dead in my face and start beating the crap out of me. Like, I haven't done anything. I'm, standing at the bus stop, and, they just come out, and there's, other people at the bus stop, but they come to me and beat the crap out of me. And, nobody helped me because they just beat the crap out of me, and then they got back in the car and they left. And, I then had to get on the bus, and I'm crying, and I get home, and I tell my mom or whatever, and, we ended up pressing charges. And, it was hard, to have to go through that. But, anyways, we ended up going to court and everything, and, there was 4 guys. 3 of them were under the age of 18. 1 of them was over 18. So they went after the guy that was over 18. And, his reason for jumping me, basically, was that I guess he got into a fight with this white guy a few days before, and he was basically retaliating. So he said that he thought I was this guy's girlfriend. But what I described before, I had shaved hair, blue hair, cross on my eye. There was nobody that looked like me, He finally admitted that because this white guy beat him up, that he was just gonna find any white girl and beat her up, And so that was hard for me. It would have been easy for me to justify that. Well, I don't like any black people because of what this person did. It could have been easy for me to do that, but I refused to allow hate and judgment to control me, because you know what? It wasn't the color of his skin that beat me up. It was the person that beat me up. Like, it wasn't his skin. It wasn't like, oh, it was the person that chose to do this, And, yeah, it's been hard on me since then. And, and that's something that's hard because, if I see a group of, especially young teenagers coming towards me, I kind of clam up. But it's not because of the color of their skin. It's because it takes me back to that moment. It reminds me of what happened to me X amount of years ago, So yeah, I mean, it could be so easy to justify and be like, well, blah, 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 blah. I don't like them because of this, that, and the other. But you know what? We're allowing hate and fear to control us, and I refuse to do that. I try to see people for who they are. A teacher, a musician, no matter what color they are, where they come from, I try to see them for who they are, and I'm gonna tear up on this part, but this really hit home when all this was going on with the riots and the protests and everything, because at that time, my youngest daughter was about 32 weeks pregnant, and it made me realize that life is going to be different. So I have 2 ultrasound pictures. So if you look at these pictures, you don't see any difference, do you? It's just 2 ultrasounds. This is my oldest grandson, whose parents are both white. Okay? This is my youngest grandson, whose mother is white and father is black. But you know what? People are not going to see just as I see, 2 babies or, 2 children. Society is going to see my youngest grandson different than my oldest grandson, and that breaks my heart. That, society is going to judge him as soon as they see him, and they're not going to know anything about him, anything about his family. All they're going to see is the color of the skin. And that just kills me that we can't just see two babies, you know, two ultrasounds, that, you know, society is going to judge them differently, and that just kills me, you know. So so yeah, I just wanted to, you know, do this video to kind of you know, share my input. I'm trying not to like get my opinion out there or, you know, whatever, but just share how this has impacted my life. And I really hope that my words are not twisted, because there's no twisting in this. You know, for me, I just think that we need to stop seeing the outer and start looking at the inner person, you know, because everybody's got potential. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody sins, you know, so you are no better than me. I'm no better than you. We are all equal. That is how God made us. And when one falls, the other should pick them up. It shouldn't be, you fell, so I'm just going to walk all over you, or I'm going to step on you, or whatever. We are all the same, and God created us that way, and we need to love one another. So those are my thoughts. To God be the glory. Take care. Much love.